Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to Victory Field, the heart of Indianapolis in downtown Indy for a special presentation of college baseball live on IndianaSRN.org. Tonight, big-time in-state showdown. The Ball State Cardinals at 29-12 take on the Indiana Hoosiers in what promises to be a hard-fought battle on the diamond tonight. The Hoosiers enter this contest at 22-18. Tonight's game brought to you in part by our proud sponsors: Reynolds Farm Equipment, Boilermaker Local 374, Burtner Electric, Aspen Creek Grill, the Morales Group, Wheeler Mission, and the IndianaSRN Sports Page. I'm Troy Derikowski along with Coach Keith Myers. Great to have you with us here tonight for this matchup. These two teams, by the way, Keith, played not long ago. Go back to April the 8th. Indiana won that contest, though Ball State was down 7-2 going into the top of the ninth inning. Ended up scoring 3 runs and made that contest much closer than what it originally was looking like it was going to be. But again, you're talking about an in-state game. We've had a chance to talk to some folks here tonight. It may be an in-state game, and it's a non-conference game, but you know both these teams really want to get a win tonight.
Everybody wants to win tonight. Everybody wants to showcase in Indianapolis. Probably going to have 2,500 people in the stands. So, you know, it's going to be a nice crowd. What a beautiful day here in Indianapolis. High 76. It's probably the warmest day that we've had in a long, long time. There's no rain in the forecast tonight, which is a good thing. Winds coming out of 7 miles an hour, gusts up to 11 miles an hour. Visibility, Troy, you'll like this, 25 miles. You'll see the ball clearly from home plate.
No doubt about it. As the umpires meeting at home plate, let's talk about this Ball State Cardinals baseball team. They are number 1 in the MAC. They're 15-3 on the season. They're one shy away from their 30th win this season. And we'll talk about them later on because they got a big series coming up in the conference, as does Indiana. After they play this game, they go to Iowa. But this is a Ball State team that's playing very well, and certainly their head coach has done a great job. Rich Maloney, 676 wins at Ball State in his 20th year.
You think he's played some baseball games?
I think he's got a lot under his belt.
29-12 have played a very tough schedule, as you say. They lead the MAC conference. MAC conference is not slacking. It's a very good conference. Should be a very interesting contest. See how they start off. Pitching is always key in these games.
Well, I'll tell you what, both these teams can hit, and the numbers we're going to tell you.
Yeah, they'll average. We may get 13 runs tonight.
Yeah, both ways in the first inning, if we certainly look at some of the numbers this year. This is a Ball State team. They're hitting 300. They're averaging on the year 10 hits per game. They have 63 home runs this season, and their slugging percentage at .497. Coach, they can really sting the baseball.
And this ballpark will not keep them in the game. They can rock the ball out of this ballpark pretty easily.
Dylan Grego leads the team at hitting at .376. Garrett Arnold at .348. Those will be two names we'll keep an eye on tonight. By the way, Greco has 12 home runs. Blake Bevis has 12. And Alex Richter also with 12 home runs. Key is going to be pitching, as you said. Now, tonight, Ball State will go with a young man who hasn't thrown a ton of innings this year, but the bottom line is, like IU, and we got this information earlier, we might see both these teams throw a lot of pitchers here tonight.
Yeah, if you got 9 or 10 guys that you could throw tonight, you might throw 9 or 10 guys to get you ready for the weekend series because you may need those arms. So get them all loose and ready to go tonight. And, you know, if we stay till midnight, we'll just stay till midnight to finish thing up. The interesting as the hitters, one is in second, bats second, one bats fourth. I like how he sandwiches all his big hitters around everybody else. I mean, the guy batting ninth is batting .261. That's not too shabby either.
By the way, you mentioned Brendan Garza. He's just a freshman going for Ball State tonight. So far, just 10 appearances and 11.1 innings. I tell you what, and we're going to talk about Indiana as well, but that's a tough assignment for a freshman against this Indiana team.
Here, take the baseball. Let's
see what you can do.
Throw it in Indianapolis.
Well, this is an Indiana team. They're 22-18. They're 12-9 in the Big Ten. They got a big series coming up against Iowa this weekend, and again, Iowa leading the Big Ten, which is really jumbled at about the first 8 or 9 spots in that conference. So that's going to be big for both these teams. We're going to see a name. We're going to call his name a lot tonight. Devin Taylor is the number 11th prospect in the upcoming Major League Amateur Draft by D1 Baseball. This guy is the real deal. He's the all-time home run leader in Indiana history, and this guy has as quick of a bat as you're going to see.
We were told that he hit a rocket the other day, and it's still going.
Yeah.
The kid can hit, and the interesting thing, he can hit inside, outside, wherever you pitch him. He seems like he knows how to drive the ball. Very strong upper body strength.
Yeah, he's number 3 in the Big Ten in hitting, but they've got Corbin Dickerson too. 17 home runs, 64 runs driven in. The 17 home runs are number 2 in the Big Ten, and the 64 runs driven in number 1 in the Big Ten, and he hits at 362. Once we go through this lineup, Coach, it's going to sound like a lot of the numbers we're passing along are more like numbers out of a video game.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. It's like MLB 2025.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is these home run hitters, what a game. I mean, look at the wind is blowing out tonight. Could we have some long balls tonight?
Yeah, certainly could. Now, pitching has been an issue
That
for the
is the
Hoosiers
issue,
this
yes.
year. Coming into this one, their ERA, Coach, is over 6. And that certainly is a concern when they think about down the line, when they go to Omaha and play in that new reconfigured Big Ten tournament. It might be easier than it has been in the past, but they got to find some guys who can throw.
You can hit all you want, but you need pitching, and you need pitching at the right time. You get a guy that can throw the rock for you 3, 4, 5, 6 innings and can keep you in the game. That's what you're looking for, and especially you can start off tonight because you're going to see a lot of pitchers tonight. Let's see who has it, who doesn't, and work on that.
Well, Haas is going to get the start tonight. He's 1-2. He's making his 15th appearance, his 6th start. So from a numbers standpoint, he has a little more experience because, number one, he's thrown more innings in more games. His ERA 4.56. And I think the idea coming in was they want to see if they can find a couple of arms that'll be able to do the job when they go to Iowa, and they might need some guys out of that bullpen that can throw for them.
Well, if I had an ERA at 4.56, I'd probably still be playing.
You probably would.
I had an ERA of 64.5.
That's why you're no longer
I
playing.
guess not.
Well, no doubt about it. It's a non-conference game, but it should be a lot of fun. The fans are coming in, as you said. Beautiful night here at Victory Field. I know the fans are looking forward to seeing this one tonight, but I think this is an Indiana team. They're on the road for a long time, so they packed some pretty big-time bags to head to Iowa, and then they go to Texas after that.
Yeah, the interesting thing is they're staying all night tonight, but they won't see home for a while.
Yeah, it's going to be a long time. By the way, Ball State 15-3 in the MAC. They right now have a 1-game lead over Kent State, who they will see here in the next week or so. So that'll be a big matchup of 1 and 2. Right now, Indiana sitting a little bit lower in the standings than they want to be. They're right now at number 6, tied with Penn State. The bottom line is if they go to Iowa and win that series, that's a big lift.
They're in the driver's seat again.
Yeah, there'll be a chance, and again, how that whole thing works out in the Big Ten tournament, we'll talk more about that in a moment. Stay right there. First pitch on the way here from Victory Field, Ball State in Indiana on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Great rendition of the national anthem here at beautiful Victory Field.
Can you hold that note that long?
No. Can you?
No.
No.
Good job.
Yeah, excellent
Ball
job.
State graduate there.
Well, by the way, Indiana will be the traveling team in this one-game set. So they, by the way, will get a chance to hit first, and they're going to go against a freshman. We mentioned Brendan Garza, 6'1", 190. We mentioned his numbers a little bit ago. One thing you'll have to do, and you mentioned a little bit about the wind blowing out. It's not a really stiff wind, but enough that the ball can carry. Here at Victory Field, he's going to have to keep that ball very low in the strike zone.
Got to keep it low. Got to keep it low in the strike zone. And your catcher's key here. Can you maybe freeze the pitch and maybe get a pitch or two called your way early in the game?
So the right-hander getting his warm-up tosses in. He'll be facing Will Moore, who will lead it off, followed by the ever-so-present Devin Taylor. And again, this young man in left field, we're looking really forward to watching this guy play. And then Corbin Dickerson. You know, it was interesting. We were talking with the SID for the Indiana Hoosiers. One reason you might want to hang around for this game is you don't know what you're going to get, right?
That's what he told us, too. He goes, I'm glad you guys are here because we don't know what we're going to give you either.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it could be 15-14 or 3-2.
You talk to the Ball State SID, and he goes, yeah, we're going to be okay. Whoever shows up. Okay. So I'm glad we're here, and it's going to be a fun game.
It certainly will be. Beautiful Victory Field. You have this thing manicured as well as it's going to be. We've had plenty of rain to make this place look as good as it's ever been. And the bottom line, Coach, it's a great place to come and watch baseball.
It is pretty cool when you come to the ballpark and you got 5 or 6 Little League teams surrounding this area.
Yeah.
I mean, this is future. These are future kids that are either going to go to Ball State or Indiana, which they get accustomed to playing a big ballpark like this. It's pretty cool.
You know, we were talking a little bit about the Big Ten tournament. We'll talk more about that. It's a pool process now. They have now more teams that are going to qualify for the tournament. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, the interesting thing is you could be in 5th place this weekend. By the end of the weekend, you could be down in 12th or 14th.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that close. And the MAC conference is pretty tight as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see late in the year because, we got 3 weeks left and all the tournaments begin.
Yeah, it's a short period of time. A lot of games will be played during that time period. The Indiana Hoosiers have to go to Iowa next, so we will watch and see how they'll play this out. Our understanding is Hoosiers are going to throw a lot of guys tonight. We're not talking about one guy's going to go 5 innings. He might go 2.
At the most, he may go 2.
So here is the left-handed hitter, Will Moore, 329 on the year, a home run, and 11 runs driven in. We'll set that Ball State defense for you in a moment.
He's got 3 doubles on the year. Could be interesting.
Moore, Taylor, and Dickerson.
First pitch is always the good one.
So we're underway here at Victory Field. Great to have you with us here on IndianaSRN, and the fastball in there for a strike.
Official game time, 6:04.
Kalk behind the plate. Davis is at first. Husovsky's at second. Grego at short. Richter's at third as he squares the bunt. Pitch in there for a strike. Good start for Garza. Now 0-2. Bevis in left, Ballas in center, and Jacobs in right for the Cardinals. Even have a lot of fans that have now taken their places out in the outfield, the grass seating here at Victory Field. The pitch on the way, just off the outside corner. We'll go to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
If you've not been to Victory Field, it's 419 in center, 405 in the gaps, and 302 down in right and left field.
Indiana Hoosiers trying to get on the winning side of things here tonight. Move on to Iowa. The breaking pitch got him looking, and Moore strikes out. Good start for Garza and the Cardinals.
That gets your enthusiasm and gets you pumped up.
Well, here he is. It is Devin Taylor, the left fielder, 377 on the year. He's the all-time home run leader in Indiana history, and he's not done yet, by the way. 13 home runs this year and 46 runs driven in. As we mentioned, he's the number 11 prospect in D1 baseball. So his name is going to get called in the amateur draft, and a check swing foul. There is no doubt about it that the Hoosiers have just a solid lineup to hit from here, because even if you go down the lineup, they've got guys in the number 4 hole hitting well over 300, and even when you get down to the number 7 and 8, this one's popped up. It'll stay in the infield. The shortstop, Grego, is there, and he will make the catch in foul territory for out number 2.
Might have gotten caught up in the inside of the corner.
Here's Corbin Dickerson. Dickerson at 362, 17 home runs and 64 runs driven in. I know it's a very small test so far for Garza, but to get those two guys at the top of the order.
Breathe a little bit?
Yeah,
a little bit. Calm down.
Yep. But now Dickerson steps in from the right side, and the pitch is on the way and is a little bit outside for the ball, and it goes to 1 ball and no strikes.
I mean, if you're the Cardinal right now, you get 1, 2, 3, you feel pretty good.
Yeah. Garza works pretty much from the stretch, and the pitch on the way is a fastball just inside, 2-0. Garza 15 strikeouts on the season and 9 walks. Given up only 9 hits this year. 8 runs, 7 of those earned. Swing and a miss. That's a home run cut there by Dickerson. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Fans continue to come here to the ballpark to see this matchup.
Well, cabin fever is over.
Yeah, it is. People are ready to get outside for sure.
Oh, nice
fastball. There's a nice fastball. Yeah, 2-2.
You heard that pop right here. Go to a change here?
Well, 2-2. They probably would be thinking a breaking pitch here, especially with a home run hitter like Dickerson at 17 home runs.
Oh.
This one hit back up the middle. It's going to get through for a base hit. So Dickerson gets the first hit of the ball game, and that'll bring up now Jake Hanley. Now Hanley, no slouch at 348, 9 home runs and 46 runs driven in. So far, good balance of right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters, with Hanley coming in from the left side. So Garza from the stretch. Indiana's not a team that runs a whole lot. That pitch low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Hoosiers leading base stealer in this game today is Taylor. He's 8 of 11, but overall they just do not run. Garza's pitch on the way, off the end of the bat, foul. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Caleb Koski on deck. Indiana got out to the big lead the last time they played. It was 7-2 in the top of the 9th inning, and then
the floodgates
got 3 runs to make it interesting,
yes,
making it 7-5. But that was, again, what we talked about earlier. The bullpen has not been one of the strengths for the Hoosiers this year. Pitch is inside, 2-1. We will not see, I can guarantee it tonight, Cole Gilley, their ace.
No.
He's having a good year at 7-2, so we're not going to see him.
No, he's going to rest that arm.
Yeah, they're going to
I
wait.
think they may need him.
Iowa City will be his destination.
Nice save.
Hawk behind the plate. Nice job of blocking that one. 3 balls and a strike now to Hanley. Ben Grable is the other pitcher that Indiana will rely a lot on when we not only get to that Iowa series, but also when they get to the Big Ten tournament. He is 4-1 with an ERA of 3.96. And the pitch, I think they called that a strike.
He called it a strike after he threw the bat down.
Yeah, Hanley starts to walk down to first base, but I think that I'm waiting to see. They're going to see it's a walk. And there's some question here on whether there was a called strike, because Coach Maloney stepped out of the dugout and said, wait a minute, you actually made that look like you had a strike call.
He looked like he had the signal as a strike, but ball 4. Now Indiana has something going.
So now Caleb Koski, all of this happening with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. That'll get you fired up as head coach when the umpire behind the plate looked like he had made a 3rd strike call, as there's a strike.
Well, the interesting thing is the batter thought it was a strike as well and waited.
Yeah, he was ready to take all his stuff off, and
it looks like when you umpired.
I know.
You didn't flip the coin. You didn't catch it.
Pitch is on the way in there for strike 2, and Koski quickly down. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that hit the inside corners.
Koski, 235 hitter, a home run, and 9 runs driven in. Outfield is straightaway and shallow for the right-handed hitting Koski. Garza's pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and Garza out of the inning. 2 runners left on. We'll head to the bottom half of the first inning. It's Indiana 0, Ball State coming to bat. Big play here for Mount Vernon. Hurdle looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw.
Boy, what a stick, huh?
Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board. Well, the Ball State Cardinals get out of trouble in the top of inning number 1, and so now they'll head to the plate. We talked about, Coach, their hitting as good as anybody. One of the, in fact, if not the best hitting team in the MAC. So there's no doubt about it that Mr. Haas is going to have a good game today and keep it low in the strike zone.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, that, how many innings are you going to go? Are you going to go more than 2? As we've been told, you may throw a few guys. It's important to get a good outing hit, get ahead of the hitters, and get out of this inning and see what your offense can do coming back up the bat.
Pete Haas is 6'195". He is out of Hancock, New Hampshire. He is a redshirt junior. We mentioned coming into this one, 25 2/3 innings. He is 1-2 on the season with an ERA of 4.56, 29 strikeouts, and 13 walks on the season. Alex Richter will lead things off, 248 hitter, home run and 12 runs driven in for the Cardinals this season. It'll be Richter, Grego, and Husovsky to lead things off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the first inning. Like so many pitchers we see, Haas will work from the stretch. And his first pitch is a fastball called strike.
Umpire's going to give the corners today.
Yeah. And I have no problem with that. Corners are part of the plate, Coach.
Hit the black.
Swing and a miss. Richter quickly down at no balls and 2 strikes. Richter this season with that 248 average. lines this one toward the second baseman. Cerny will flip on to first. There's one away.
Kept that ball in front. Nice job. 4-3 if scoring at home.
Here is Dylan Grego. 376 on the year, 12 home runs and 46 runs driven in. I mentioned Richter a little bit ago. I actually misspoke. He had 12 home runs and 40 runs driven in. So here's Grego. Grego, by the way, a .676 slugging percentage.
Also has 11 doubles, so he can drive the ball.
It's a Ball State team that also doesn't run a whole lot. As that pitch a little bit outside, but they've got some guys in double figures and steals this year. Grego is one of those. Vallis another one. He has 17 stolen bases.
Changed hats?
I am not sure what. It had something to do with his hat. But now he's ready to
Everybody
go.
has their lucky hat. I noticed you have yours on now.
I do, yes. Yeah. The 1-0 pitch.
Oh!
That one just almost got a piece of Haas, and then that one gets into center field for a one-out base hit for Grego. And now the Cardinals have a man on. Nick Kozovsky will step to the plate. 321 in the year, 8 home runs and 42 runs driven in.
That's a great call to call that a hit.
Yeah. Haas comes to the set and the pitch, swing and a miss. Schuyler is behind the plate today for the Hoosiers. Hanley is at first base. Cerny is at second. Get the rest of the infield here in a moment. Here's the pitch. Nice pitch. 0-2 now. Malamazian is at short. Moore is at third with Taylor, Dickerson, and Koski from left to right in the outfield, and the throw to first not in time. Center fielder Dickerson shading toward right field, so they're expecting perhaps Kozovsky cannot pull the ball to left field.
You think they've got a scouting report on this team?
So,
yeah, I think so.
Catcher Schuyler signaling a throw to first base. Now again, in college baseball, there is now a pitch clock. You can't take forever to throw the pitch, so you got to get busy, get moving, which I think has really sped up the game quite a bit. Nice off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. Kozovsky will strike out for out number 2. And that'll bring up now Garrett Arnold. Arnold this year, 348, no home runs, and 18 runs driven in. So each team able to get a base runner, each team with a base hit, and right now the Hoosiers trying to get out of the bottom of the first inning as that pitch low and outside. Indiana this year as a team pitching-wise, the opposing batting average against them is at 270. That pitch is outside 2-0. And you say, well, what's 270 really isn't that bad? Yes, it is. When you give up 270 to opposing team, you want that thing down as close to 200 as you can get.
Okay.
Yeah. And against you, they hit 370.
Easily.
In your pitching days. Yeah.
That's why I'm not pitching anymore.
Throw to first.
Close.
There's a very short lead, though, for Grego.
You got to do that just to know that you're here.
Yeah. Grego, by the way, 10 stolen bases in 14 attempts this season. Arnold steps back in. Haas will throw over again.
What a beautiful night for baseball.
Yes, it is. As we've learned already, this is the best night the Hoosiers have had all year. They have not had the luck with the weather. That one is foul tipped. So Arnold now 2 balls and a strike. Ty Davis on deck, and this is a young man I think is very underrated. We'll talk about him in a moment. He has not played in all the games this year, but he's a very productive player for Indiana. Haas with the pitch, runner takes off, throw down is in time. Great throw by Schuyler, and Grego out stealing to end the bottom of the first inning. We had the inning number 2, no score.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort correct food. You can expect a world-class experience. We've got incredible specials, great service. Everything that we do here is made from scratch. We hand-cut all our steaks in-house. Bring your family, come have some great food.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
We head to inning number 2. Garza back out for another inning of work for the Ball State Cardinals. He'll be facing Tyler Cerny, Hogan Denny, and Cooper Malamazian. They will be the number 8, should say number 6, 7, and 8 hitters tonight for the Hoosiers. We have learned that the home plate umpire is actually keeping the pitch clock himself. Indiana does have a left-hander throwing in their bullpen, so we may see a change for Indiana. We were warned that's going to happen. Looks like that is Darren Swanson out of Fort Wayne Snyder. So Tyler Cerny, 279, 9 home runs, and 28 runs driven in, steps to the plate here in the second inning. The pitch by Garza is low outside for a ball.
First couple innings, teams are making their way, get relaxed, get into the game.
That's fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, sure.
Well, this is a hard one, too, because, again, if you're the Ball State Cardinals, they'll probably go with Garza's, I would think, as long as they can, because he doesn't have a ton of innings. But from a hitting standpoint, you might see 9 pitchers for Indiana. How do you scout and get ready for that?
Hard to adjust, I'll tell you that much.
It would be. Fastball a little bit outside, 2-1. Guess that would be quite a challenge for a hitter. Now, I know they've got scouting reports on everybody, but I would imagine some of the pitchers we're going to see for the Hoosiers just don't have a whole lot of innings. This one is a fly ball into right field. Jacobs toward the line in foul territory, and that lands in the stands. That'll be a long strike there. It'll be 2-2.
You do not want to hit that wall.
No. You had given the dimensions earlier, and it would take quite a poke. If you're going to pull it, it would take quite a shot to get it out of this ballpark. It's not unheard of, because the ball can carry here. But if you're a right-handed hitter trying to go to the right side, that's really, really going to be tough to get it out of here. Cerny back in, 2 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch. Popped him up, back our way.
Well, the ladies that we are with didn't move.
You know, if we should have sat outside, we might have had a chance to get
We
that
could have
one.
caught that ball.
Yeah.
Either that or I would have fell into the bleachers.
I have a feeling you'd be running the other way.
I would.
Yeah.
You're right. You've been with me too long.
Yes. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strikeout of Cerny. That is the third strikeout now for Garza tonight. That'll bring up Hogan Denny. Hogan, the DH, here tonight, hitting .291, 4 home runs and 16 runs driven in. You know, so far you have to be impressed to know it's a very small sample that we've seen of Garza, but 3 strikeouts here in the first couple of innings against this lineup, and he opens up with a strike against Denny.
He's kept the ball down, like we talked about. He's kept the ball down. He got it up high, and he's got some help from his fielders.
The 0-1 pitch.
That's a shot.
Fly ball into center field. Bala starts back, now comes in, makes the catch, 2 away.
Almost got fooled. Nice play.
Here's Cooper Malamazian. Malamazian, 333 on the year, 4 home runs and 30 runs driven in.
Well, he went a long way. He went back, and he went a long way to catch that ball. Nice play.
So 2 away. What's impressive is fans are still coming in to see this game here tonight as Malamazian fouls that one straight back.
Home of the Indianapolis Indians, who is on a long road trip. Will be back next Monday, or next Tuesday, I guess.
So they're gone for a long time. The Indiana Hoosiers gone for a long time. There's nobody around there. Lined into right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Malamazian going the opposite way with the 2-out single. And Indiana has their second hit of the night. And that'll bring up now T.J. Schuyler. Schuyler this season, 273, a home run and 12 runs driven in. You know, every year the media gets a chance to come, usually in June, and we get a chance to take batting practice here. But I've noticed the last few years you haven't been here.
No, I've been on the DL. Trust me, you don't want me here.
Pitch is in there for a strike. Last year, it was a lot of fun from the standpoint there weren't that many media members because that was the day that the Indianapolis Colts had their media day.
Yes.
And so we got like 5 or 6 turns hitting.
Well, we'll talk about the 2 years ago where it was 97 degrees.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was great.
1 ball and 1 strike now to Schuyler. I have to admit that I was a pull hitter. I hit about 5 out that day on that 97-degree day. Breaking pitch in there for a strike.
Oh, with
1
the
and 2.
with the little league fence at 200.
Yeah, right at the edge of the dirt.
I got you. Okay. I wonder why they had that fence up like that. That's
great. Garza ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the second. The pitch bouncing in front of Kalk. Nice job again. We've seen him snag a couple already tonight, so the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The Indians crew did a nice job taking care of us, and of course both SIDs on the phone constantly with those guys. Outstanding people to work with.
Now 2 of the finest sports departments, not only in the state of Indiana as that one's fouled away, but in the nation as well. And I tell you what, in this group of notes we got from IU, everything you want to know about Indiana baseball right there.
I think there's 48 pages there.
Yeah, I think you're right. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Schuyler, the number 9 hitter here for Indiana.
Oh, got it!
They got him leaning, and he got the hand back in time.
What a move!
Malamazian is like, uh-oh.
Talking to his coach, going, what did he do? He got me.
It was kind of funny. I was looking at him down there, and he's kind of looking at his first base coach. I don't know what he said, but I think he felt he got pretty lucky there.
Well, his leadoff there was about 3 feet, a little bit different than what it was to get.
Yeah, he was a lot closer to first base. Garza now one strike away from getting out of the second inning. The pitch outside, breaking ball 3-2. Skyler out of Antioch, Illinois. A 2-2 pitch, runner takes off, and it's inside for ball 4. Second walk given up by Garza. So for the second time tonight, Indiana has runners at first and second. We move to the top of the order, and Will Moore caught looking in the first inning. Have you ever been to Victory Field and you get a chance to get a really nice seat? Because really in this ballpark there is not a bad seat anywhere.
Not at all.
You're going to see a lot of close-up action as that pitch low and inside. Just to promote the Indians too, and I think just about every Friday night they have fireworks night, which I'm sure you participated in many times.
I have been involved with that, yes.
Yeah. Ground ball, left side, gets through, base hit. Rounding third will be Malamazian, and the throw to the plate not in time, and Indiana leads it 1-0. Will Moore gets his RBI here tonight, and the third hit of the night now for Indiana. Still runners at first and second. That'll bring up Devin Taylor. Taylor 0 for 1. Now hitting a .375. Moore driving in his 12th run of the season. Nice way for Moore to come back after striking out looking in the first inning. And the pitch outside, ball 1 to Taylor, who's 0 for 1 as we mentioned. He popped up to the shortstop, Grego, in the first inning. Now let's see how Garza responds after giving up that RBI base hit. This one hit high in the air to right field. Jacobs will wait for it to come down. He'll squeeze it for the third out, but Indiana gets on the board here in the top of inning number 2. We head to the bottom half of the second. Indiana leads it 1-0.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Vertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you...
Swanson is in, left-handed pitcher now for Indiana. 6'3", 195. He is a senior out of Fort Wayne Snyder. And we had told everybody in the pregame we could see 8-9 pitchers here tonight for Indiana. They want to save their frontliners for that very important series at Iowa. And they want to find out, Coach, and we all know that we've coached before, that you got to find other players that are maybe stepping up for you sometime when you really need them.
Yeah, and you know, you closed the book on Haas, and just one inning, he did pretty well for you.
Yeah. And that's all you're asking for at this stage. Come in, get outs. And so we move to the bottom of the second inning. Now Arnold was at the plate when Grego was thrown out trying to steal back in the first inning. Unfortunately for Arnold, the pitches he took were against the other pitcher, so you didn't see this guy until now. So it's almost like starting over.
It's almost like batting practice.
Yeah,
you know,
sure is.
Who's next to pitch?
So but Arnold, Davis, and Bevis.
But you get a new count, so you got a new fresh start.
Yep.
It's like you haven't even been here before.
That's right. I know what they're doing.
It's the communication piece.
Yeah. And they've had to change that a couple of times, so you saw Swanson go over and...
Boy, have this game changed since we played.
Man. Everything was signs. Now you've got the pitcher, the catcher.
Well, you couldn't have a whiteboard when I was playing in your dugout. You had to have signs for it.
Oh, us too, yeah.
Because every single time I came up to bat, it said hit him.
Hard. First pitch, a little bit high and outside to Arnold, 1-0. I think it speeds the game up, too.
I do.
Just from a standpoint of trying to figure out, as that pitch is, again, low, 2-0, just trying to figure out what that sign is, and sometimes it was a secondary sign, sometimes it's the third. Now you know. They're just going to tell you what you need to throw. And that was always the case in baseball, that they thought that it was slow, too slow, even at the major league level. So that's why you rarely see very many extra inning games, because in extra innings you get a runner at second base. There's a strike. In college now you have the pitch number that 20 seconds now that you have to throw the baseball. So they want to speed the game up.
Yep. Get more people in the stands.
Yeah. Pitches inside for ball 4.
Though the popcorn sales has declined about 18%.
That's right.
But the way I ate popcorn before the game.
Did you see that bowl right over there? Look at that.
Well, did you see the bowl that...
Yeah. Here's Ty Davis. Davis, 309, 9 home runs, and 21 runs driven in.
Do you see the bowl? Austin had the play-by-play of IU's play-by-play guy. He had a big old giant bowl of popcorn too before the game.
Pitches outside. So I'm taking it that the sales of popcorn's not hurting like you mentioned.
Not for the broadcasters, because we get it for free.
Ty Davis out of Springboro, Ohio. Pitches low, and I mentioned Davis moments ago. You look at his numbers this year. Mentioned at 309, he only has 81 at-bats, but he has 9 home runs and 21 runs driven in. So when he is in there, he is very productive, and now he has jumped out on the count at 3 balls, no strikes. And you love to have a guy like this from the left side that can hit that way. 3-0 pitch. Fastball is up high, and back-to-back walks.
Walks can hurt you here. Want to say hello to Riley Thomason from Arizona tuning in tonight. Watching this on IndianaSRN.
It's going to bring up Blake Bevis. Well, and that'll get you a visit. Skyler goes out, talks to Swanson. Left-hander now throwing in the Indiana bullpen once again. We talked about this earlier. You just need to find out what guys can do that haven't thrown a whole lot, what they can do under pressure.
Yeah, you're a catcher out there and say, throw strikes.
That's all I got to do.
You go back.
The pitch on the way is grounded foul.
Man, I tell you what, big difference to hear that aluminum bat than that wooden bat we're used to hearing.
Oh, yeah. Blake hitting .297. He has some power at 12 home runs this year. Chopper left side over the outstretched arms of Moore, deep at short. Malamazian throws to first, gets the out there. The runners advance to second and third. Great play by Moore. almost got it, but then Malamazian backing him up to make that strong throw for the out.
And that's basically what you really wanted to do, is get that out, advance those runners.
So Max Kalk will step to the plate. Not a big-time hitter, but he is this year hitting at .379 to home runs and 8 runs driven in. So now runners at second and third. First time tonight the Cardinals have had runners in scoring position, and that first pitch in there for a strike. Ball State a chance to take the lead, perhaps on a base hit right here. Pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. I know how you pack when you're going on a long road trip. I'm curious, because this one's hit well into left field, base hit. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score, and the Cardinals now lead it 2-1. And how many times do we talk about those walks coming back to hurt you? And they did here for Indiana.
A large crowd of Ball State Cardinal fans in there.
Yeah. Gavin Bayless will step to the plate. .328, no home runs, and 20 runs driven in. Throw to first, not in time. We mentioned there's another left-hander throwing in the Indiana bullpen. Ryan Kraft will definitely, if he's not in this half inning, I'm sure we'll see him in the next half inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Swanson with the pitch, and it's outside, 2-0. We talked about this Cardinal baseball team, and they have that big series coming up against Kent State. They'll play Central Michigan at Central Michigan. There's a strike. Central Michigan currently 7th in the MAC, but then Kent State in that next 3-game series, that'll take place up in Muncie. Kent State at 14-4 as we speak tonight. Ball State at 15-3. So for Ball State, they're hoping to win that series at Central Michigan and then set up a really nice showdown, as that's fouled off against Kent State.
Where's that series at?
That's going to be at Ball State.
At Ball State?
Yeah.
Packed the place, Ball State Cardinal fans.
Yeah. That'll be on May the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Throw to first again. Mentioned Indiana will travel to Iowa to take on the Hawkeyes. You know, Iowa, their success, in fact, they can hit and pitch, no doubt about it, but they play well on the road. They're 10-2, because that pitch is outside. They're 10-2 on the road this year. So you can just imagine how good they are at home. They're very tough to beat. UCLA is second, who Indiana just saw recently. Chopper toward the third baseman. Malamazian throws to second, gets to fourth there. So 2 away, and that'll bring up now Clay Jacobs, the right fielder. Jacobs at 261, a couple of home runs this year and 20 runs driven in. Jacobs a grad student out of Huntsville, Ohio. Bunts third base side, charging is Moore, throwing to first in time. But the Cardinals get 2 runs. We head to the third. It's Ball State 2, Indiana 1.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt.
Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Taking a look at the right-hander for the Ball State Cardinals as Brandon Garza back in for another inning of work through the first couple of innings, only giving up 3 hits, gave up that run in the second inning. He'll be facing the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Indiana, Corbin Dickerson, Jake Hanley, and Caleb Koski.
Keep throwing him out there until he gets tired, right?
I think they're in the same situation in a lot of ways that Indiana is, though Indiana's going to be on the road for a long time. The Ball State Cardinals know that they need to win that series at Central Michigan and then, again, prepare themselves for Kent State. I think that's what their mindset is. They want Garza to maybe go as long as he possibly can, save those bullpen arms for those 2 series coming up. That could make a big difference on where your seeding is going to be in the MAC tournament.
Yep.
Dickerson a single, his first time up, now hitting a .365 on the year. And Garza's first pitch is hit foul. Dickerson singling to center field in that first inning on a 2-2 pitch from Garza. Pitch is outside. The left fielder, Bevis, he is way back in left because he knows the home run power of Dickerson with 17 home runs and 64 runs driven in on the season. Indiana scored 350 runs this year. That's almost 9 per game as the pitch is up high, 2-1.
You got to win some games scoring 9 runs.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. Their big issue is going to be, do they have the arms to stop some of these really good teams in the Big Ten, like the Iowa Hawkeyes? Ground ball up the middle to second baseman Husofsky is there, throws to first, 1 away. That'll bring up Hanlon. 70 home runs by Indiana this year. Of course, when you have Taylor and Dickerson at the 2 and 3 spots, you got so much power there. And then Hanley's an RBI guy. He has 46. A good left-handed bat. Walked his first time up and takes that pitch low for a ball. Hanley is now, as of today, 15th in the Big Ten in hitting. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes.
He did. No hesitation there.
No.
You know, I hated check swings when I was playing.
Why?
Because
you couldn't make up your mind. I was going to say, you couldn't make up your mind whether to swing the bat or not, right?
Well, especially when it was on the tee.
Yeah, that was tough for you. Yeah. Check swing on T-ball. Pitch is low, 2-1. But then you became a star at Howell High School.
Well, I learned how to pick up rocks early in my years.
Yes, you did.
Many washing machines have been ruined because of my rocks.
I bet. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Jacobs toward the line, a long run, and the S1 will just hit into the bullpen area. And so it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The bullpen did not move.
No.
They stayed point. Let's see if he can catch it.
Now, if Jacobs were running toward the Ball State bullpen, they would have helped him. But that's the Indiana bullpen. They're not helping him.
Yeah, you got room. Come on.
You're on your own, pal. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Hanley. Break-even pitch on the way, sails over the catcher's head. Not a great pitch that time by Garza. So full count now, 3-2, 1 away here in the third. The payoff pitch on the way, hit foul. Good cut that time by Hanley. Hanley, by the way, big fella from the left side. He is listed at 6'6", 235 out of Mason, Ohio. Just a freshman. Popped him up, left side. Richter in foul territory, giving it a look, and he runs out of room.
A lot of room, though, for foul ball play.
Yeah, there is. Hit foul. You don't see very many. Now, Hanley being a first baseman certainly is, see that young man getting a foul ball. But I'm just talking about just pure size as a left-handed first baseman. That's fouled away once again. And he's only a freshman.
Foul off.
And just think, when they get him in the weight room a lot, get his diet where they want it, imagine what he's going to be like as a junior.
Yeah. Because he may grow a couple inches, maybe.
Oh, I would think so. He's really battling here against Garza in the third inning. That one hit well to right field, down the line. If it stays fair, it has a chance, and it will be a home run. Jake Hanley, his 10th of the year. And now you know why. He has the power he has. And he makes this now a 2-2 game. The only question on that one, whether it was going to stay fair or foul. Now a meeting as Garza going to talk to the young man as he's given up his 4th hit now to Indiana here tonight. That one a towering shot by Hanley. Now Indiana has 3 players in double figures.
Look how far that went. I mean, that went through the cheap seats, and everybody's skating at it.
But Garza's done for the night. We will come back and tell you about the new Ball State pitcher coming up next here on IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
field. 2-2 ball game. New pitcher now for the Ball State Cardinals will be Drew Young. He is 5'7", 185, a senior. Played his high school baseball at Center Grove this year. 11 appearances. He has started 5 games, 20 and 2/3 innings, 25 hits, 23 runs, all earned, 21 strikeouts and 13 walks. He is 0-3 on the year with an ERA of 10.02. A chance to pitch in front of, I'm sure, many of his high school fans from Center Grove here tonight.
Just about an hour away from where we are.
He'll be facing Caleb Koski. One away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Koski struck out swinging in the 1st inning. So now Young set to throw. Base is empty now here for Indiana. And the pitch on the way is a called strike.
A lot of local talent tonight.
I don't think there's any doubt about it that the state of Indiana, much like football, fastball is a little bit high and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. You look around the state, Indiana Prep Report, which does a great job of high school baseball, we've got kids going all over the country. And we're talking about some big-time programs, too. But a lot of them have decided to stay in-state. Swing and a miss.
Well, Indiana is no longer a basketball state, if you will. A lot of good football. Baseball is on the rise. Softball is on the rise. Interesting sports. Interesting.
There are a lot of good players. 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. So go to 2-2. Yeah, I invite you to check out that Indiana Baseball Prep Report because it is very thorough on scouting reports on all the high school players. They've all attended some kind of a camp, even during the off season. Break-even pitch, hit foul. I think the last time I checked in the, I guess what they would consider the number 1 team, you had players going to LSU, Tennessee, all the schools in the SEC, a lot of, again, teams in the Big Ten. Check swing foul once again by Koski.
In the last couple of years, though, you see the Indiana colleges, Indiana State, Ball State, Indiana has made some noise. Notre Dame has made some noise in the tournament. And that gets those kids interested in going, well, why do I want to go there when I can stay home, live off campus and live at, go to school?
Swing and a miss. Here's out number 2. Koski is struck out for the 2nd time. And with 2 away, that'll bring up now Tyler Cerny, struck out in the 2nd inning.
And a great opportunity of these teams in the state, especially high school-wise, to play in these locations now, these state baseball stadiums that high schools now are paying for with the turf. Not many rainouts anymore. I mean, think of Indianapolis Chatard has a nice surface. They played last week with the rainstorms that we had, kind of little wet, but you still played the games. You can still play some games.
And there are a lot of good Division III programs in the state.
Oh, yeah.
Got some NAIA
Heartland Conference baseball.
Yep. Fastball is just a little bit high, 2-0.
And, of course, IndianaSRN covers most of that stuff.
That's right. We have the HCAC baseball tournament coming up very soon from Kokomo. Hopped him up left side. Richter foul territory on the warning track, and he ran out of room as that one lands in the Ball State dugout.
He wants that ball.
He does. 2 balls and a strike now to Cerny. And one other thing about, you look at the rosters, and the coaches do a lot of recruiting in Ohio and Michigan. The Midwest is, again, very strong, not just Indiana, but very strong in high school baseball. Now, it takes them a while to get to play because of the weather, but once they do, they're okay. That's in there for a strike, 2-2.
And they're used to big crowds. Indiana State tournament played here, right here at Victory Field. Averages about 7,000 to 8,000 people watching, so you're used to, the crowds. I mean, it's a different atmosphere.
Yeah, it certainly is. Break-even pitch on the way is low. Three balls and 2 strikes, 2 away here in the third. And the pitch on the way, lifted high in the air. Bevis is there for the Cardinals. Will make the catch. Indiana ties the ball game. The Hanley solo shot. We head to the bottom of the third. We're knotted at 2 apiece.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Back here at the Victory Field, Ryan Kraft will take over for Indiana. The third pitcher used now by Indiana here tonight. We said that we're going to see a lot of different pitchers, and so far that has been the case.
3 innings, 3 pitchers.
Yeah. Ryan is out of McKenna, Illinois. He is 6'4", 220, and a senior left-handed pitcher.
You got your arm loose?
I could. Give me a couple of weeks and I'll get it ready.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah. So now it'll be here in the bottom of the third, Alex Richter to lead things off. By the way, not playing tonight for Indiana is, I should say, who is playing tonight, their third baseman, Will Moore. Had a big series against Maryland, was named the Big Ten Freshman of the Week.
Gotta love those awards. This time of year, people are looking at that.
Well, especially as that pitch is inside, just a freshman. The fact you look at the left side, Indiana overall really is pretty young as a baseball team. So, but to have your third baseman play as well as he did against Maryland, that was huge. Off-speed pitch into right field, coming over and diving, making the catch is Koski, so far the play of the game. That'll bring up Dylan Grego. That gets the IU fans excited. Take another look at the play right there.
Look at this. Left his feet. Gotta love it.
Grego singled in the first inning.
Now, I'll be honest with you. If I dove like that, you would have to get an ambulance to come get me.
Yeah, you'd end up in traction.
Yes.
Pitch is a little bit high, 1-0 to Grego.
The athletic ability that these kids have and the weight rooms they have and all the things that they have to get them better and better. Young ball club's going to get stronger and stronger as the seasons wear on.
I'm always concerned, though, if you're a freshman at the collegiate level and you play in high school baseball and you play maybe, 30 most, right?
In high school?
In high school.
Yes.
That one's popped up and foul. But then you have to adjust yourself to time management because you got to go to class, got to go to practice, travel time. All of that factors in. I would imagine as a freshman, it's got to wear you down.
You're probably playing 65 or 70 games as well, and you got to go to class.
Yeah, which our producer said you never went to class.
I never went to class. That's why I only played 1 year. Well, 1 day. Indiana Central sent me home after a day. Do I have to go to class, Coach?
Yeah, what's that all? What is class? 2-2 now to Grego. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch by Kraft. 2 away, and that'll bring up Huzovsky.
He's come into the game and did a pretty good job here. This is when you get him 1, 2, 3. You go back into dugout and ask the coach, "Can I have the ball again?"
And he says no. By the way, a win today for Indiana would certainly help them in their RPI rankings, which again, everybody looks at rankings these days to see where you might stack up if you possibly get or need an at-large bid. Huzovsky struck out his first time up, takes that pitch low. This is the 66th all-time meeting between these two teams. Foul tipped, and Schuyler almost able to hold on to it, so we'll go to 1 and 2. After today, the next 8 games for Indiana, all on the road. We mentioned they go to Iowa City, pitches outside 2 and 2, and then they're going to make that trip down to Texas. They're going to play 3 at Abilene Christian, and then they're going to come back and play Purdue for 3. That Purdue ball club, I know that they got off to a great start. They've kind of tailed off here in the second half of the season. But that'll be a big one. And then they go to Cincinnati for a non-conference game. This one's back up the middle. They had him played well. Malamazian throws on to first. 1, 2, 3 inning for Kraft and the Hoosiers. In the third, we head to the fourth. We're tied at 2.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
There's some Little League kids tonight. Look at those hats. Dad eating some popcorn, having some nachos. Oh, give me some of that ice cream. Look at that ice cream right there.
Good thing our producer is stuck. He had to be down there.
I could grab a microphone and maybe do some interviews down there.
Go ahead.
If there's ice cream.
Head of the fourth inning, it'll be Denny, Malamazian, and Schuyler all due up for the Hoosiers. Denny, his first time up, flew out to center field. It'll be the first time that Denny has faced Young. Four hits tonight for Indiana. Ball State with 2 hits. As Young comes set, and the pitch is a called strike. Marvin King is the home plate umpire. Jason Stidham, along with Timothy Catton, are the field umpires tonight. Another good fastball in there for a strike. You know, Young is only listed at 5'7", but he's got a little zip on that fastball. The 0-2 pitch. That one bouncing in front of Kalk, the catcher.
Tell you what, catchers take a beating back there. You ever caught?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that.
I did for 2 years. It's bad on your knees. But it's fun. I'm always taking a shot from our producer who wonders why I wear shorts when it's 20 below.
The control room is always talking to us.
It is.
Tell you, our friend Sean Trawl caught for years. He caught without a helmet. I think that's why he's
a little goofy.
Yeah. If he's listening tonight, I'm sure he's going to call me right away.
2 balls and 2 strikes. A little bit off the plate.
What I like about what every college, we don't have a computer calling balls and strikes. We got a human being like that.
For now. I don't know, burst your bubble, but you know they're doing that now with a little box. And
yeah.
Low and outside, ball 4.
But now with the computers calling balls and strikes, you don't need the little box anymore.
True. Cooper Malamazian steps up. Singled in the second inning. 1 for 1 tonight. Currently hitting at .339 on the season. Malamazian, another one of those freshmen. You have a shortstop that's a freshman. Your third baseman is a freshman. Out of Clarendon Hills, Illinois. Pitch in there in the inside corner.
Batting at .339 right now. 1 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned that Indiana doesn't run a whole lot. As a pitcher like Young, my concern would now, let's just focus on the guy at the plate, because that's a very short lead at first for Denny. That one bounces in the dirt, and that'll be a wild pitch. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Malamazian making his 31st start of the season. He and Moore have quite a bright future in this Indiana baseball program. Inside, ball 2. Denny with the lead down at second. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball there by Young.
Yeah, fooled him.
Very rare will you see a pitcher and catcher get together. We talked about the communication system they have now.
Well, sometimes you got to communicate because you missed the sign or you didn't hear him and you're asking for help. You don't want to throw the wrong pitch here.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake.
And that is charged.
So let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
If I'm being told what they want me to pitch, and I don't want to pitch that pitch. What do I do?
You shake it off.
Okay. And you ask for a new one, right? Pitch is outside.
And then if you give up a home run, you'll go back into the dugout. You know, now they have arm cards, 165, 543, whatever that might be, locations.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Malamazian back in once again in the pitch. It's low for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. We know what happened the last time that we saw back-to-back walks in this game. That was when Ball State scored 2 runs in the second inning. First 2 hitters walked. TJ Schuyler steps up. Schuyler walked in the second inning. Still hitting at 273 on the year. That's the catcher Kalk out, making sure everybody knows where they're going to go depending on where the ball is hit. Schuyler showing bunt, and he bunts it foul.
The art of bunting.
They always say these days it kind of lost in the shuffle, right?
A little bit. You're not asked to do it much anymore.
No. Young checks the runner at second. Davis charging at first. That'll be tapped right to the first baseman Davis, and a good base running play there by Schuyler to make sure there was no other play available. So Davis had to chase him down and lay on the tag. The runners do advance to second and third.
Yeah,
so 1 away.
You got to make sure that you get enough time for your guys to get back to second and third base.
Here is Will Moore, the leadoff hitter, hitting a .333. He's 1 for 2 today. Got a single in the second inning. Indiana chance now to take the lead right here. Ball gets by Kalk. It'll be a wild pitch and a run will score. Second wild pitch by Young in the inning, and Indiana now leads it 3-2. Right-hander is throwing in the Ball State bullpen. Right now, Young may be on a short leash as you see the infield is now playing in.
Yeah, you don't want to fall too far behind here.
Pitch inside. The 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0.
Take care.
Yep. Yeah, especially with Devin Taylor, your best hitter, coming up next. The pitch by Young, and that's a called strike. Malamazian the lead down at third. The pitch on the way, strike 2.
Bullpen is having some action down there at Ball State.
Connor Hutchinson out of Troy, Ohio. Right-hander is currently throwing. Payoff pitch on the way is low for a ball. Third walk of the inning, and let's see if they're going to keep Young in there. They're going to make that slow walk out to the mound.
No movement yet.
He may give Hutchinson a little more time to get warmed up. You know, I just happened to look here on the Ball State roster, and I don't know if this is a misprint, that Will Jacobson, they list him at 7 foot. 258.
Okay.
Is he 7 foot?
That is amazing.
That would be a very tall pitcher. And this is a very long meeting, and I think that's going to be it for Young. But he starts to leave, and then he will come out of the ball game. We'll come back and tell you about the new pitcher coming up. Indiana on top of this one, 3-2.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Well, there's your new right-hander for the Ball State Cardinals as they'll try to get out of this inning. 3 walks by Young, enabling the Indiana Hoosiers to take a 1-run lead. And of course, with Devin Taylor coming up next, you got to be really careful with Taylor, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Hutchinson again is a 6 foot, 192-pound sophomore. So far this year, this is his 10th appearance, 28 innings, 31 hits, 25 runs, all earned, 23 strikeouts and 17 walks. His ERA is 8.04, and he is 2-2 on the season. So here's Taylor.
On the corners.
Taylor now hitting its .373 after going 0 for 2. He had that high fly ball into right field his last time up, and he'll take that pitch in there for a strike.
What you don't want to do is give him a pitch he can drive.
Will Moore down at first base. Malamazian at third. Pitch low and inside, and that one almost got away from Kalk behind the plate. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Hutchinson's pitch, runner takes off, pitch is high, late throw down to second, not in time, and Malamazian will stay at third. So Will Moore able to get the stolen base.
Now you're out of the double play ball.
Yep. And the count to Taylor at 2 balls and a strike. Infield will come in. The pitch on the way, it's low and inside. Five walks tonight by Ball State pitching. That one ripped down the line. That's going to be extra bases. 2 runs will score. Taylor with the double. And Indiana adds 2 more on the board here in the 4th inning. And all those walks come back to score. You can see why he has excellent bat speed, because he just turned on that pitch. Corbin Dickerson. Dickerson will step in today. A single back in the 1st inning. He grounded out in the 3rd. He's now hitting at .363 on the year. Taylor now nearing 50 runs driven in on the season.
You just need an out here. You got to get an out.
Still just 1 away here in the 4th. Pitch is outside, 2-0. And again, this is another player, Dickerson. You got to be careful with him.
Yep.
I know you're facing a right-handed pitcher, but you're talking about a player with 17 home runs. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
Batting at .363 currently, 1-2. Two-1 to count.
Dickerson out of Jeffersonville. He played at Louisville. There's another breaking pitch, and I'm sure he may see another one. Two balls and 2 strikes. The pitch on the way got him with another one. Every pitch after it was 2-0, low and outside, and made sure everything was out of the strike zone, and Dickerson strikes out number 2, and that'll bring up Jake Hanley.
1 for 1 for today. Batting .352.
Of course, the home run he hit in the 3rd inning to right field. Indiana now with a 3-run lead as that pitch is outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, it's low, 2-0. Popped him up. Left side, Richter now in foul territory. The shortstop coming over as well. He'll get out of the way. Richter makes the catch. That will end the half inning, but Indiana putting a couple of runs on the board. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Indiana leads at 5-2.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Get a Gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. The guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Take a look at some of the fans that are enjoying tonight's game as they get a chance to sit in the outfield and watch, as they will see a new pitcher now is Aiden Decker-Petty, right-hander out of Newcastle, Indiana, 6'5", 205. He is a junior. On the season, he is making his 9th appearance. He's thrown 12 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 15 runs, 12 earned with 10 strikeouts and 6 walks. He comes into this one tonight with an 0-1 record and an ERA of 8.53. It will be Arnold, Davis, and Bevis all due up for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
4 innings.
This is the 4th pitcher, right?
Yeah, 4 innings, 4 pitchers. So it is welcome to batting practice once again, because nobody's seen the same pitcher.
Maybe that's the key. You just keep throwing new guys out there.
Have 36 pitchers, rotate them.
Yeah.
You 12 are pitching today.
Arnold walked and scored one of those 2 runs in the 2nd inning for the Cardinals. Decker Petty's first pitch, a little chin music there. And they'll go to 0-1. Good fastball in there for a strike. You know, the one thing I have noticed when you watch relief pitchers, a lot of them, all of their motion comes from a stretch, it seems like these days. You don't see very many going from the windup. It's just a comfort thing for pitchers, as that one almost hit him.
And we see that in every level of baseball now.
Yeah, you sure do. One ball, 2 strikes now to Garrett Arnold. High and inside. I'm going to say it's actually 3-1.
That's a great shot by Sticks, isn't it?
Surprised he's working tonight. I don't think he ever worked on a Wednesday.
Well, you know, I took him away from Survivor.
Ground ball foul, so we'll go to 3-2.
He did ask, his wife did ask, will he be home by 8? Nope.
Nope. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that pitch is up high for a ball. So walk to Arnold. Here's Ty Davis.
Nick Lewis on camera number 2 tonight as well.
If you want to drive a head coach nuts,
yes,
keep walking, guys.
You're at 5-2, and you walk your leadoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happy.
Well, that's going to bring a visit to the mound already. Decker Petty facing just one hitter.
You coach baseball.
Yes.
I coach baseball. How did you talk to your pitchers?
Well, I think from a standpoint, if you know what the young man can do, and again, you work with him, don't be cute. I mean, and I'll give you an example for some of the games we've covered over the years. The mindset, the process is just throw strikes.
Yep.
That's all you got to do. And it sounds easy, but that's, you want to attack the hitter. Don't be cute. Just go after him, right? So here's Ty Davis, a walk and a run scored in the second. And one thing about it, too, is that pitch is up high. And when you talk about attacking a hitter, don't try to pitch around everybody.
Oh, no.
Just go at him.
Yeah. You got to. That's why you got 8 guys.
Yeah. And at this level, you know just about everybody's tendencies as a hitter. So try to attack that weakness. There's a strike. But don't try to get too cute and try to throw around him.
I had a kid one time says, I just don't got it.
I don't got it.
Give me the ball.
Yeah, you're out of here. And that's part of it, too. You got to be very confident in what you're doing. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside 2-1. But the game has changed so much that you have so many specialized pitchers
and players,
but pitchers don't go very deep anymore. If you can get 5 innings out of your starter, most of the time you're pretty happy. 2-1 pitch lifted foul. I mean, I hate it when I bring up guys from our day. You think about Wilbur Wood and Fergie Jenkins and those guys, and they're throwing 300 innings a game, and they have 25 or 27 complete games.
Wilbur would throw his arm off.
Yeah. Bob Gibson comes to mind, guys like that back in the 60s and 70s. You don't see that today. Pitch is up high.
Wilbur threw that knuckleball, boy. The White Sox.
Well, if you could throw a knuckle, you could throw a lot of innings. Because Phil Niekro, guys like that, could certainly throw a long, long time because they have to throw that hard.
Well, and your catcher's mask, catcher glove had to be real.
Had to be, yeah. 3 balls, 2 strikes here in the 4th inning. Davis, dangerous hitter from the left side, will draw the throw to first again. I've had people ask me, and I've read other things about pitching today and why you have so many injuries in the pitching department, especially in the major leagues and those in the minor leagues. There's so much emphasis on velocity. If you can throw 99 miles an hour, that's what the scouts are looking for. And a lot of times, instead of maybe throwing in the lower 90s and having a little more control, they want people that can really throw hard, and players are just not always going to be able to throw 90 several times in a ball game. That's going to be swung on, foul tip held on. Davis strikes out. That's a big strikeout for Decker Petty. So 1 away, and here is Blake Bevis. So I guess it just depends. And if you're a pitcher these days, I guess they'll look at you, yes, but if you can't throw in the, seems like mid-90s, they don't care as much. Bevis grounded out his first time up in the 2nd inning. Breaking ball in there for a strike. I guess the other argument would be, coaches, that you look at players today and they're so much better athletically and physically. They have trainers and everything. Why are they still having difficult time in throwing the baseball at that velocity? Grounded over the middle. The second baseman, Cerny, throw to first, double play.
Wow, good play. Great play.
That ball hit right at the bag, and Cerny stayed with it. We head to the 5th inning. Indiana leads at 5-2.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software. We're here to helping you procure the licensing, manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization. We definitely work as a team to deliver solutions for our customers.
We're here to build relationships with customers, which is unique.
Hi, I'm Grayson, and our parents work in road construction. Every day they head out to make our roads safer and better for you. But did you know work zone deaths have increased 63% since 2010?
Wow, that's a lot. Please slow down and pay attention when you see all those orange signs. When you do, you're helping to keep our parents and everyone who works on the roads safe. Thanks for looking out for us.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Highway Safety Services. Stay safe, stay alert.
Hutchinson back in for the Ball State Cardinals as we move to the 5th inning. It'll be Hanley, Koski, and Cerny taking a look at that unassisted double play.
Look at this throw. Pops back up, stays on the bag.
Yeah, that's a nice stretch there by your first baseman. That's why you're glad that your first baseman is 6'6".
What I like is the first baseman to look at the umpire and says, I got him, I got him.
Yep. Indiana will try to add to their 5-2 lead here in the 5th inning. I mentioned Hanley was actually due up. It's going to be Koski. Koski hitting a 222.
2 strikeouts tonight.
Yeah, struck out swinging in the 1st and in the 3rd. First pitch by Hutchinson is fouled away on the bunt attempt.
If you're Ball State right here, you want to get 1, 2, 3, go back in and get some momentum going here. If you're Indiana, you want to get a couple crooked number here.
And I think right now they're very happy, speaking of IU, with how their pitching has gone.
Well, they've used 4.
And only given up 2 hits.
I know.
That one just off the plate.
Look at those kids. You think they're having a good time?
I think so.
Hit me a ball right here. Let me catch it.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. 2-1.
Back in the day, that was my brothers and I.
Me too.
Bring our mitts. Dad would say, okay, you can only go here and here. And we take off.
And then you're wondering why your kids don't listen to you.
Well, my kids are now old. And,
there's a strike, 2-2.
That's back in the day, though. You had your horse, you know.
Right. Yeah, I know that. Horse and buggy.
Yeah. The Walnut Grove Beavers.
Break-even pitch on the way. Poke foul. And it will stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, I always, when you and I worked together, we talked about players and the times back in the 60s and 70s. They probably think you and I are in our 80s or something, huh?
Well, we're close.
We're getting closer every day. Fastball high and tight. We'll go to 3-2. I'm going to take you back to the days when I lived in Colorado and we go see the Denver Bears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because they were part of the same league, I believe, as the Indianapolis Indians. Another high pitch. Walks have certainly hurt the Cardinals tonight. Tyler Cerny, who had met great play at second base, now steps to the plate.
His batting average has dropped to 268. 0-2 tonight.
That is now 6 walks given up by Cardinal pitching tonight.
That can kill you.
By the way, to give you an idea, is that one right under the chin, and that one nearly got Cerny. He got out of the way just in time. Only problem is he offered on the bunt, so he gets the strike.
Look at this. There's whoa. I think he foul tipped the ball.
That might be what they're asking right here. I'm going to go back to that April 8th game in which Indiana won that contest 7-5. We're going to take a really slow look at this one.
Nope. Didn't foul tip it. Boy, oh boy. He did offer.
Back in that game on April 8th, Ball State walked 7 hitters. And they're on the pace now to surpass that tonight as that pitch is low and outside. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's when you get back up in the batter's box and you go, okay, I'm going to just hit the ball.
Yeah.
Coach, don't give me the bunt sign anymore.
Well, I'll tell you what, they always talk about the pitcher owning every part of the plate, and the inside corner is certainly up for grabs as that pitch missing the strike zone as well.
First pitch first pitch for the Ball State Cardinals have not got ahead of the hitters. Been behind a lot tonight.
Yeah. Rolling outside.
Now you're 3-1. Take.
Yes.
Maybe steal here. Be a little bit aggressive.
Koski I wouldn't steal.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking here, if I can get a big inning, there's still no outs. That one's ripped down the line, but foul. So much for taking on that pitch, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah, because Danny is a pretty good hitter. Coming up next. So tonight the Ball State Cardinals have 6 walks. They have a couple of wild pitches as well. And that pitch is outside, and that is their 7th walk of the night. Now runners at first and second. Denny was one of the 7 walks back in the 4th inning, and that may do it now for Hutchinson. And we have a new pitcher for the Ball State Cardinals. We'll tell you about their new pitcher coming up next on IndianaSRN.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software. We're here to helping you procure the licensing, manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization. We definitely work as a team to deliver solutions for our customers.
We're here to build relationships with customers, which is unique.
Hi, I'm Grayson, and our parents work in road construction. Every day they head out to make our roads safer and better for you. But did you know work zone deaths have increased 63% since 2010?
Wow, that's a lot. Please slow down and pay attention when you see all those orange signs. When you do, you're helping to keep our parents and everyone who works on the roads safe. Thanks for looking out for us.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Highway Safety Services. Stay safe, stay alert.
Taking a look at the right-hander, Gabe Jones. This will be his 5th appearance on this season. Only 6 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs all earned, 3 strikeouts and 4 walks. He is 1-0 this season with an ERA of 5.68. So each team now going deep into their bullpen. Gabe Jones, 6'2", 195. He's a redshirt freshman out of Sterling Heights, Michigan. And he is now hoping, or the Cardinals hoping, he can stop Indiana here in the 5th inning. Hogan Denny now with runners at first and second. As we mentioned, 3 walks in the 4th inning. All of those walks came back to score for Indiana. They're in on the corners and back at second and short as the pitch is outside for a ball.
And if I'm Indiana, I just take until he throws one over across the plate.
Yeah, make him throw a strike. Again, this is a young man here that just hasn't thrown a whole lot of innings. Pitch is low.
And the bullpen is now active again.
Yeah, right-hander and a left-hander. Koski at second, Cerny's at first. Breaking ball stays inside. The stretch by Jones, he'll throw to second. Koski back in time. That's always a dangerous play if
Boy, you
it
missed that
throws
ball.
off a little bit.
Yeah, you're in center field.
The 3-0 pitch, and that'll be ball 4. 3 walks in the inning, loading the bases now. As Cooper Malamazian steps to the plate, he's been on base twice. Had a single back in the 2nd inning, scored a run, walked and scored in the 4th inning.
That's how a projected hit.
Yeah. It's nice to have a hitter like that at your number 8 hole, and he's hitting .339. Ground ball right side gets through. Koski scores. They'll hold Cerny there. They're playing for a big inning right here, and Indiana now leads at 6-2. Second hit tonight for Malamazian, and that'll bring in now TJ Schuyler.
That's a pretty smart play.
Yeah.
Hold everybody up. Don't run out of an inning.
Yeah, no sense in making the first out at home plate.
Yeah.
Schuyler walked his first time up, grounded out in the 4th. He'll take the pitch outside, and not a good start for Jones. He may be on a short leash. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball called strike. Indiana 6 runs and 6 hits. So far the Cardinals 2 runs and just 2 hits on the night. The big inning was the 4th, 3 runs for Indiana. 8 walks now by Ball State pitching. Hit well into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Denny rounding 3rd. They'll wave him home. Heading to second base with a sliding double is Schuyler. And Indiana adds another run on the board and still no outs here in the 5th inning. Back-to-back 3-run innings now for the Hoosiers. And another visit to the mound. Rough outing here for Jones. He has faced 3 hitters, given up 2 hits and a walk, and he is done for the night. Ball State will head to the bullpen again. We'll tell you about the new pitcher right here on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Take a look at the fans here at Victory Field in Indianapolis, and right now it's all Indiana. Now leading this one 8-2, and we will now see left-handed pitcher Will Jacobson out of Elk Grove, California. This is the young man we'd mentioned. They list him at 7 foot and 258 pounds.
By the time he releases the ball, he's shaking your hand at home plate.
Isn't he? So far this year, 7 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs all earned, 11 strikeouts, and 9 walks. He is 1-0 with an ERA of 8.22. He is a grad student. It is as rare as you can possibly get to see a 7-foot pitcher or 7-footer in baseball anywhere.
He just looks so big. Well, here we go.
Well, if you had to pick a basketball team, at least you got a pretty good size in the middle, huh?
On a rain delay, I'll take him.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Will Moore. Indiana trying to keep this huge inning going. Runners at second and third. Bunt, first base side. Davis charging, and a foot race, and the runner is safe, and another run across. Great hustle by Will Moore. That'll be an infield base hit for Moore. And Indiana now leads this one 9-2.
Just bunt for a base hit.
Yeah.
The Indian still.
Huh?
The inning has continued. It's been a long day.
Yes. Here's Devin Taylor. Doubled his last time up. Runners now at first and third. By the way, still no outs in the inning as Taylor takes that one for a strike. Cardinals have a whole lot of people down in that bullpen. I'm not sure right now if anybody's throwing. Breaking pitch sails over the head of the catcher. Calker. Run will score. That's the third wild pitch we've seen of the night. As the Cardinals having a very rough inning. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Taylor.
Here comes the 10th run crossing the plate.
So now 5 runs in the inning and still no outs.
And now if you're Indiana, you're feeling kind of relaxed that you got these pitchers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly the inning that Indiana wanted here tonight as that pitch is outside, 2-1. Cardinals ERA as a team coming into this one at 5.51. But boy, the walks have been just a killer tonight. 3-1. 3 walks in the inning and a wild pitch. Base hit by Malamazian. The only hit we have seen other than the infield base hit by Moore. Grounded foul.
Go get him.
Well, you got to be really careful here with Taylor. The pitch on the way, good swing and hits it foul.
Where'd you park?
Over there, where that ball just went. Pitch on the way is hit well. That could be a gapper. Falls in for at least 1. Taylor to second, his second double of the day. One more will score, and Indiana putting it on Ball State, leading it now 11-2. And Taylor gets another run driven in.
Put in on a clinic right now.
They are.
I mean, really, fundamentally baseball.
Well, and it doesn't help when your pitching staff is unable to throw strikes. Again, you look back, first 3 hitters walked. You get the base hit by Malamazian, and then you turn around and get that wild pitch, and Skyler doubles. You can't walk people, and looks like the Cardinals are going to make another change in this half inning. We'll tell you about the new Ball State pitcher next on IndianaSRN. play here for Mount Vernon. Ertl looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw.
Boy, what a stick, huh?
Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen. Skip pass. Mays with 3. Mays drive. Floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side. 40, 35, 30. Block to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there. And finally, somebody gets on the board. Ball stayed back to their bullpen. It'll be right-hander Jaden Bitter. This will be his 11th appearance, 17 innings, 23 hits, 14 runs, 12 of those earned with 18 strikeouts and 8 walks. No record this season with an ERA of 6.35. He is out of Los Gatos, California. Just a sophomore, 6'1", 185.
I got a big fan waving to me. 2-year-old waving to me.
That would be your biggest fan, yes.
That would probably be.
Yeah, she's too young to know who you are. All right.
I sure have missed him.
I know you have. Corbin Dickerson. Singled back in the first inning, grounded out in the third, and struck out in the fourth.
You just need an out. You got to get some confidence to get an out.
This has time-wise been a very long half inning if you're the Ball State Cardinals.
Yes.
Bitter's first pitch on the way, hit foul. Got some Ball State fans just to our right.
Yep.
Enjoying, well, I
got
a couple of IU fans in there too. Yeah.
What a great booth they put us in tonight.
Yeah. Breaking pitch inside.
We'll be back here in June for the Indiana State tournament.
Oh, we coming in June, are we?
I think so. Oh, good. We're doing something, I will tell you that.
1 ball and 1 strike. Runner takes off to third and no throw. So Taylor gets the easy stolen base. And now Dickerson ahead in the count of 2 balls and a strike. Almost had another wild pitch. That would be the 4th wild pitch of the night.
You got a baseball, basketball, soccer, lacrosse, swimming, cross country. Got something you need us? IndianaSRN.org.
2-1 pitch hit high in the air to right field. Jacobs going back on it. He's at the warning track. That one hits off the top of the fence. A run will score. And Dickerson on his way to third with a stand-up triple. That one was maybe a foot from getting out of here.
That hit the wall right there at the top.
He has Indiana now leads at 12-2.
Look at him. Look at this wheel. Look at these wheels. Man's quick.
Jake Hanley had a home run back in the third, and the inning continues as the Hoosiers will bat around. This will be the 9th hitter of the inning.
Hit the top of the
padding right there. Yep. Pitches outside.
My score sheet's a mess, Troy.
Yes, it is.
Just want to let you know.
Well, I can tell you this, you're going to carry it over to the next column there.
Thank you.
Get ready. Swing and a miss. Well, when you look at this game, Coach, and you think about how well Indiana is able to hit the baseball, they came in at 306 as a team. You can't make mistakes the way the Ball State has made these tonight and expect to survive, as this one's popped up foul territory left side, and that will land in the stands for a fan.
Well, one of the things we said in our pregame, if you was with us in the pregame, runs, they know how to score runs, and we don't, if you get to 10, 11, 12, this is pretty much IU baseball right here.
Yeah.
These runs.
And they've been so many games this year where the scores have been on the teens on both sides.
Yes.
You think about some of the games that they've been involved in this year. There's a swing and a miss, and Hanley strikes out. That is the first out of this half inning. Here is Koski, who got things started with a walk.
This is when you walk in the dugout and everybody goes, what happened to you?
Yeah. Ball State is, you look at the last two games, they go to Bowling Green. They lost the first game 6-4. They turn around and win the next game 23-18.
Oh, yeah. They went nuts.
And then they win the next game 16-12.
Go figure.
Pitch inside, 2-0.
And this is one of the hottest teams in the MAC conference.
Yeah, they're the leaders.
I mean, they're good.
And we mentioned, too, earlier, they're a team that hits 300. Their offense unable to get going tonight with only 2 runs and 2 hits. Pitch inside. Indiana now with 10 hits tonight. And that'll be another walk. Second walk to Koski.
This inning.
And that'll bring up Cerny. Well, now the question is, how deep will Ball State go? How many pitchers are they going to use tonight, knowing that they have 2 big series coming up? As we mentioned, against Eastern Michigan, I believe, Central Michigan, and then Kent State.
Central Michigan's this weekend, correct?
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yep. Off the end of the bat, foul.
I like the new format where you don't play doubleheaders any longer, single games and for the weekend.
Well, like we talked with the SID for Indiana earlier, though, they've been playing doubleheaders because
of the rain.
Weather. Yeah, it hasn't been.
It hasn't been pleasant.
Yeah. Cerny looking to get on base for the second time in this half inning. Liner by the third baseman, Richter. Another run will score. And now runners at second and third as a double by Cerny. And the inning will continue. Here is Hogan Denny. And we have another visit right now. Whoever it is, if it's the head coach for the Ball State Cardinals or their pitching coach, he is putting in steps on his way to the mound once again. So the Ball State Cardinals, another new pitcher coming in. We'll tell you about him next on IndianaSRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience. We've got incredible specials, great service. Everything that we do here is made from scratch. We hand-cut all our steaks in-house. Bring your family, come have some great food.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
New pitcher is number 10, Zach Kwasny. 13 2/3 innings this year, 14 hits, 11 runs, 10 of those earned with 15 strikeouts and 11 walks. No record this year with an ERA of 6.59. And this is the 6th pitcher used tonight by the Ball State Cardinals. And Coach, you'd mentioned this is now 4 in the inning. Still only 1 out. And Hogan Denny is next. Not sure that the Cardinals were expecting this.
No, I think they thought they could beat. They look on paper. This was a pretty even ball game.
Yeah.
Walks will cost you, and we've seen that. A lot of walks have cost them at least 9 runs. So,
by the way, Indiana back-to-back games now in double figures. They had 15 in that win against Maryland. It went 8 innings. So they have now scored 28 runs in the last 2 games. The most runs they have scored this year, 18 twice against Mount St. Mary's way back in February. And they had 18 against Michigan State. They swept that series by winning the last game 18-2. So here's Hogan Denny. And a check swing. Called strike. And Denny's down at 0-1. Kwasny 6'5" and 215. That pitcher called strike.
Nice pitch. Some heat.
Here's a left-hander throwing in the Indiana bullpen. Ground ball down the line. That'll be a fair ball. Backhanded by Richter. Long throw is in time, but a run will score. And Indiana leads it 14-2. Here is Cooper Malamazian. Malamazian has been busy tonight. He's scored 3 times, couple of base hits. Pitch low and outside, ball 1. Just a little tidbit here for you on the Indiana baseball team. That pitch is low. Coming into this one tonight, Indiana is 7 away from their 2,500th win all time.
Wow.
The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. Their 8-game road streak that they'll be on will be the longest of the season. Swing and a miss, so if their bags seem a little heavier than normal, because the players have had to pack a little more in those suitcases. The break-even pitch on the way, and it's called strike 3, and the inning finally over. But Indiana puts up 9 runs. We head now to the bottom half of the 5th inning, with Indiana leading at 14-2.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back.
Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as...
Braden Thomas is the new pitcher for Indiana. This would be their fourth pitcher of the night, actually their fifth pitcher of the night. Thomas making just his ninth appearance, 9 innings, 3 hits, 7 runs all earned, 12 strikeouts, and 4 walks. No record on the year with an ERA of 7.00. And all they're asking now is that the Indiana pitchers just throw strikes. Most of the fans have stayed around here tonight despite the score where it sits right now. Hulk, Ballas, and Jacobs all due up for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 5th inning. One thing about having baseball back is, you said it earlier, fans getting some cabin fever, but now they can get out and enjoy some nice weather this week. Right now the Ball State Cardinals a long way to go in this one. That one's hit foul. DJ Schumann taking over. A 6'3" freshman out of McCordsville, Indiana, played at Mount Vernon. So Max Kalk is done for the day. Pitch is low and inside. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Schumann hitting at .045 on the year. Does have 4 runs driven in. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch by Thomas, just outside. Both bullpens right at the moment are quiet. Hard hit deep in the hole, backhanded by Malazan. Throw to first in time. Great play.
My goodness.
We have seen 2 really good defensive plays tonight, and Malazan that time went about as deep in the hole as you could get.
I mean, look how deep this is. One leg up in the air. Brooks Robinson, baby.
Well, he was a third baseman.
I don't care. Okay, Davey Concepcion.
There you
go.
go.
How about that?
Yeah. So one away for the Ball State Cardinals. That's popped up foul.
By the way, I have our 6th inning trivia question coming up.
Oh, we have a trivia question.
Oh, yeah.
Is it like all your other ones?
You and Jerry can figure it out. Maybe Nick can join in. Sticks already knows the answer. So.
Okay. Does this have to do with real baseball?
Real baseball,
okay.
And it's Indianapolis Indians trivia.
Okay. Dallas takes that one inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Because generally anybody that is tuned into IndianaSRN in the past, we get some really stinkers when it comes to trivia questions. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not.
Yeah, my trivia questions last year during tournament time was a little sad. I'm improving this year.
We want to tell everybody this comes from a person who thinks that Fran Tarkenton is the greatest quarterback ever.
You can tell it's a slow day.
That's a line drive into right field. Koski there to make the catch, 2 away. That'll bring up Clay Jacobs.
You had to bring it up, didn't you?
Sorry. Got a new hitter, though, for the Cardinals. This will be number 28, Ben Giovanetti, out of Redwood City, California. So Giovanetti steps in and swings at the first pitch, fouls it away.
I think that might have hit off the wall.
Came back pretty hard, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Got a mark on it, going to throw it out.
You know, in Major League Baseball, if you get the slightest little scuff, they throw it out.
You got to go.
Breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And in Little League Baseball, we used water balls because we needed balls.
That's all you had, yeah. You know, a lot of times now what you see in even Major League Baseball, you see it in college baseball when a relief pitcher comes into the ball game.
He asks for a new ball.
Well, when the umpire meets him and checks the hands and the glove just to make sure there's nothing funny going on. You ever notice that? Watch the next time you see a relief pitcher come in.
Well, you think pitchers would cheat?
No, just in case.
Oh, okay.
1-2 pitch, popped him up, and that'll sail into the stands.
By the way, we're in the Bob Uecker suite. Did you notice that?
Oh, yes we are.
Was an Indianapolis Indians back in the day.
He passed away not long ago.
Front row.
Great, funny guy.
Yeah.
Hit foul.
Tell you what, he's hitting the ball pretty hard right now, though.
Giovanetti hitting at .326 this year. Couple of home runs and 12 runs driven in. Tom is set to throw once again, and the fastball is outside, 2-2.
Didn't chase it.
Nope.
Good job.
The break-even pitch. Hopper to the shortstop. Throw to first in time. Malamesian makes the throw. 1-2-3 inning. We head to inning number 6. IU on top 14-2.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt. Insulting referees.
Threatening officials.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes.
Violent language in the stands.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Back here at Victory Field as Zach Kwasny will stay in for the Cardinals. Your score sheet, by the way, is probably going to get worse because I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of new players coming in, so you might as well throw that thing away. That is one ugly score sheet.
Thank you. We have our trivia question coming up.
All right, can we get a hint? Is it's about who again?
Well, first of all, we got to get the sponsor, Burtner Electric.
Oh, Burtner Electric trivia question.
Yeah, Jody gave me this. So if you don't like it, it's Jody Burtner's fault.
Okay.
All right, we'll wait for the first couple of pitches because I got to think about what she asked me.
All right. So TJ Schuyler will lead things off here in the 6th inning. That last half inning for Indiana lasted well over 30 minutes, didn't it?
Yes.
There's a strike. I would imagine if you would have informed both teams that anything past 9 o'clock, that is way past your bedtime, that they might have hurried up a little bit more.
Well, since I have a trip to Kentucky tomorrow.
Oh, I wish I were going with you. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I'm going to be singing Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head all weekend long. Well, I hope we can get it in.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But knowing you, you'll be asleep most of the way anyway. So.
Well, Nick is driving.
Yes, he is. Popped up foul.
Right here.
Oh, look out.
Did it hit somebody? Oh, it was in the booth. Next to us.
How about that?
Right next to us. There. He didn't even lose his beer.
Nice snag.
Yeah.
Pitch is in there for a strike, and that'll do it for Schuyler as he strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Kwasny.
Okay, here's the trivia question. Burtner Electric. The only player's number retired in the Indianapolis Indians.
They only have one?
One. What's the only player number ever retired from the Indianapolis Indians? Only one.
Well, let me think about that.
Okay.
Jason Oliver hit now for Will Moore.
He's thrown heat. Just one.
Oliver hitting at 176 this year, 3 home runs and 17 runs driven in. We got a debate going on the air and off the air here as our producer thinks there's 2 numbers. You say there's only one.
One.
In the whole history of the Indians, only one.
One.
Can you give me a year?
Happened last year.
Not Razor Shine.
Yes.
Number 3.
Number 3. 42 is somebody else's.
Jackie Robinson.
And he didn't play for the Indians. 42 is retired for the whole entire Major League Baseball.
Right. Gotcha. But I did get Razor Shines.
Yes. About time. We were here for Razor Shine Day.
I know.
My goodness.
I just can't believe there's only been one.
Well, they didn't want to retire my number. I told them to go ahead and keep number 4.
I mean, think about some of the players you've had
I know.
And we're here at Victory. We go through the media area.
The Hall of Fame classics.
Yeah, there's everywhere. There's guys everywhere that you go, wow.
Randy Johnson, Dave Concepcion, Johnny Bench, George Foster.
You know, Shooter Sanders of the Colorado Buffaloes, he only played there a year, and they didn't have a winning record overall. He got his retired number for Colorado. Pitcher's inside for ball 4. There's another walk. I do, too. That's an asterisk question.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah, you said how many numbers?
Yeah, one number from the Indianapolis Indians.
But you said numbers.
One number. No, 42 is... Oh. I don't get a break, folks.
Here is,
send your love for me, please.
Here is Devin Taylor. Bouncing in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Taylor has had a triple tonight, has a double tonight. Yeah, I think that...
I thought I did pretty good.
I'm just glad we figured it out without really getting clarification on the question itself. Kwasny's pitch popped up. See if this will be playable. It will go out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Do you have anything better than that?
Well, the other backup I have is what number did Pete Rose wear for the Cincinnati Reds, but everybody knows that one. Even Jerry knows that one.
1-1 now to Taylor.
You know, Jerry played with Pete Rose.
Really?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
You know those Major League Baseball games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oliver down at first base. Indiana leads it 14-2. That big 5th inning.
Light standards are in red throughout the stadium. I like that for both teams. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Tell you what, the stadium's beautiful at night.
2 balls and 2 strikes now to Devin Taylor. Hits it foul. He knew he just missed it. Ball State does have a couple of throwers ready to go if needed. Indiana also about ready to get a right-hander coming in, I'm sure, in the next half inning. So far, Indiana has been true to their word in using a lot of pitchers here tonight. Pitch is low.
I want to thank both SIDs who helped us out throughout the week or two.
Yeah, both these teams, again, playing over the weekend. Short turnaround time to make the trip here. Hit well into center field. Dallas back on it on the long run in the alley. Slides and makes the catch at the warning track. Nice play.
Stayed with the ball, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He sure did.
And he had to go a long way to get it, too. That'll bring up Corbin Dickerson.
I mean, that's a long haul, my friends.
Dickerson tripled in the 5th inning and takes that pitch outside. So Oliver still at first base with 2 away. This ballpark will be busy again this year with the Indianapolis Indians, and make sure you go to IndianapolisIndians.com, check out their schedule. They got a lot of great promotions coming up this year. One of the more fun ones is right around July 4th. Not only can you get a fireworks show here, you can watch it downtown too.
Yep.
Pitch is outside. But in my neighborhood, why leave? I've got it all right there. Hit well into center field.
Going
deep. Back on it again, right near the warning track, will make the catch, and that'll do it for Indiana in the top half of the 6th inning. Indiana leads this one 14-2.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Taking a look at the beautiful JW Marriott just across the way here from Victory Field. By the way, we do know that Indiana's making one change defensively as Andrew Wiggins will take over in right field. Wiggins, out of Heritage Christian High School here in Indianapolis, was an excellent pitcher. And using him tonight in the outfield, he is coming into this ball game with 3 home runs and 20 runs driven in. Had some injuries to deal with this season, but he'll take over again in right field. Seth Bennis will take over for the Hoosiers, making his 10th appearance, 7 1/3 innings, 14 hits, 10 runs, all earned, 7 strikeouts and 7 walks. He is 1-0 this year with an ERA of 12.27.
See what Ayla gave me?
Didn't get some for everybody, did you?
No, Ayla just gave it to me, the little girl.
Oh.
She's 1.5.
Aw.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
Yep.
Here's Alex Richter.
She didn't cry when I gave it, when I got the cookie.
Pitch is low and inside. I'm surprised you're not out there getting your picture taken with the family there.
Well, there's no room for me.
Surprised you're out there photobombing them. There's a space over here you could use. There's a swing and a miss. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Off-speed pitch. And that will do it for Richter. Dylan Grego steps to the plate. Grego 1 for 2, had a single back in the first inning. Fastball in there to Grego, and he falls down 0-1. Seth Bennis out of O'Fallon, Missouri. 6'2", 210. He is a sophomore. The 0-1 pitch. Good breaking ball. Ball State led this one 2-1 after the second inning. Indiana tied it in the third, and then
They went on a streak.
12 runs in those 2 innings. Bennis with the pitch. By the way, you were out getting snacks.
Yes.
For yourself and nobody else. I wanted to let you know that Andrew Wiggins is in right field.
Thank you very much.
I know you were hoping a chance to see him play tonight.
Yep. Talked to his mom and dad on the way to the ballpark tonight. Young man played for Indianapolis Heritage Christian.
Yep. The 1-2 pitch inside.
Still the only time that I saw a 370-foot home run at Heritage Christian in a sectional final by that young man.
And
he can throw a fastball.
Yeah. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking pitch. Got him swinging. And that'll be a strikeout of Grego. He doesn't even attempt to head down to first base, so 2 away. That'll bring up Hosofsky, unless we have a pinch hitter here, and it looks like we will have a pinch hitter. Houston King, 282 on the year, a home run and 10 runs driven in. And the pitch low and inside. So we do know that there is a run rule in college baseball, correct?
Yes, we do.
And it has to be in the 7th inning.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I don't think that's a bad idea, just from the standpoint that
save some arms.
Yeah, got to save some arms. Especially when you're thinking about being a non-conference game tonight and you have those big games coming up. Want as many rested pitchers as you can. There's a strike. Two balls and a strike. King back in from the left side. Low and outside, 3-1.
If you're Indiana here, though, you got to just throw strikes.
King 5'11", 175. He is a senior. Big cut and a miss there, 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he lost him. That is the first walk given up by Indiana pitching since the beginning of the 4th inning. Indiana had 2 walks back in the 2nd. So only 4 walks tonight. Here is Corbin Griffin. And we'll have a pinch runner down to first base. That'll be Brett Griffiths. Griffin hitting .250 with 4 home runs and 12 runs driven in. And pitch low and inside. So Ball State trying to get as many left-handed batters in the lineup as they can against the right-hander Bennis. Hit hard into center field. Dickerson is there. He makes the catch on the run. The threat is done for the Cardinals here in the 6th inning. We head to the 7th. It's Indiana 14, Ball State 2.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Back here at Victory Field, home of the Indianapolis Indians. Great to have you with us here tonight. It's all Indiana leading at 14-2. New pitcher now for the Ball State Cardinals, Lucas Letzinger, making his 7th appearance. 7 innings. He's given up 13 hits, 10 runs all earned, 10 strikeouts, and 4 walks. He is 0-1 on the season with an ERA at 12.86.
That's Troy Derogowski. I'm Keith Myers, along with Jerry Collins, Sticks, Lewis, and Nick Lewis. You know they're identical twins.
We have 2 Lewises?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nick and Sticks, they're identical twins.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Can you tell them apart?
No.
Sticks is down at first base side.
Okay.
He's the redhead. Oh, I didn't know Johnny was here. Did you know Johnny was here?
I didn't know that. I do now.
I guess so.
Tyler DiMartino will now hit for Indiana. 286 with a home run and 3 runs driven in. And he falls behind at 0-1. We're in the 7th. Letzinger's pitch, fouled away. By the way, if you'd like some more information on Indiana SRN and if you'd like to be a part of what we do, all you have to do is get a hold of there's a check swing foul tip held on, so DiMartino strikes out. Coach at what? IndianaSRN.org?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, so they just email you.
Email me.
You can give them information on how they can be a part of it, right?
Sure can. We love to be involved.
And word has it, as Cole Decker steps up, that we will travel.
We will travel. We have traveled.
And you will travel.
I'm traveling this weekend.
Decker takes that one low and outside, 1-0.
We got somebody going down to Florida this weekend.
Yes, he is. And you're going to Kentucky.
Yes.
Swing and a miss.
And you're staying in Indy.
I am. But I'm going somewhere Saturday.
Yeah, you're busy Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah. I'll be in Terre Haute on Saturday and back here on Sunday. Check swing, he went around. By the way, Cole Decker, making just his 5th plate appearance. No batting average so far. He's played in 21 games this year. That ball bounces in the dirt. Well, I can honestly tell all the viewers we've been to a lot of places over the years. Decker, by the way, a freshman, is out of Evansville North High School. Pitch outside. How many days will you be in Kentucky?
4. You're going to just keep on rubbing it in, aren't you?
There's a strike. And Decker, second strikeout of the inning. He's caught looking for 2 away. And that'll bring up now Tyler Cerny. No, I'm not rubbing it in. I just know that you've been telling me about this trip for the last couple of weeks and how much forward you're looking to going there.
Yeah, I am.
There's a lot to do where you're going. So Cerny steps in for the 5th time tonight. He has a double, a walk, and a run scored this evening.
I know where we're going. A half mile down from our hotel is an Applebee's.
Oh,
come
there
on now.
You go. I know you love taking us to Applebee's.
Yep.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Cerny. One pitch, lone outside, 2-1. You know what I like about the crowd that's here tonight is I think most of them are still here.
They are. They haven't left. And this booth over here is keeping filling up.
It's a big party. There's a fastball called strike. Indiana does have a left-hander in the bullpen, so we may see one more pitcher for Indiana before the night is over.
They didn't tell us wrong, did they?
No, they were exactly right. Popped up right side, shallow right field. The second baseman will go out and make the catch, and that'll do it. Indiana down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and we want to remind everybody we have a lot of games coming up and a lot of different sporting events as well. This is our softball matchup on Saturday, Manchester and Rolls-Holman. That, by the way, I believe is a doubleheader. Starts at 1 o'clock. We'll have 1 and 3. And also we have lacrosse action. That'll be a boys matchup, Mason and Hamilton Southeastern. In fact, Mason, a very talented team, and we know about Hamilton Southeastern.
Mason is top 5 in the nation.
That'd be a great test for Hamilton Southeastern.
Yep.
So that game will be coming up on Wednesday, and then on Friday, May the 2nd, baseball action, Transylvania and Rolls-Holman. As we continue to have a lot of big games here on IndianaSRN, it is Senior Day on May the 3rd. So make sure you tune in to IndianaSRN.org. You can catch all of those games. Of course, we have the HCAC Track and Field Championships, right?
This weekend. And they are, and all of them are F-R-E-E.
Free. Yes, sir. New pitcher for the Indiana Hoosiers, Ryan Rushing, making his 12th appearance on the year. 12 and a third innings, 13 hits, 10 runs, all earned. 16 strikeouts and 11 walks. He's 0-1 on the year with an ERA at 7.30. For the Cardinals, looks like we will have a pinch hitter here in the 7th. Braden Hubner. Hubner out of Evansville North. We talked about him earlier. He'll step to the plate here in the 7th inning. He's hitting in the place of Ty Davis in the number 5 hole. That one swung on, foul tipped, held on. So he falls down at 0-1. Indiana will stay here tonight, and there's a swing and a miss. They will make their way to Iowa City for that weekend series tomorrow. Pitch is a little bit outside. Good cut that time by Hubner. We'll stay at 1-2.
All the equipment that you wear now when you go up to bat with the shin guards, knee guard, the elbow guard, the chin snap, the mouthpiece.
The pitch on the way, a little bit high.
I think the only thing that was in our baseball was the Steve Yeager tongue for the catcher.
Yeah. Nobody wears those anymore.
No need.
Break-even pitch on the way is inside. So 3-2 now to Hubner. And he let him get away. That'll be a leadoff walk, so Hubner down to first base. This will be Blake Bevis, who will step to the plate. Bevis 0 for 2 tonight. Each bullpen is now quiet.
Maybe the first time tonight.
It's been a while. Pitch is low and inside. To mention, the Cardinals will look to regroup for their next series against Central Michigan this weekend. Check swing. Ball gets away from the catcher. That will allow Hubner to advance down to second base. Well, the count is even at 1-1 strike. Rushing will be charged with a wild pitch. Swing and a miss. It'll be Central Michigan, the 25th, 26th, and 27th. And then they'll come back to Muncie, take on Kent State. And right now, number 2 in the MAC. Ball State number 1. That one hit up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Rounding third, Hubner. He will score. And it's now 14-3. Now for the Ball State Cardinals, DJ Schumann. Schumann came in the 5th inning. Grounded out to the shortstop in his only plate appearance. First look at rushing tonight. And the pitch on the way, blowing inside, 2-0. Schumann hitting at 0-43 on the season. Takes that pitch inside, 3-0. Now, we mentioned this earlier. This will drive a coach or a manager absolutely batty if you're not throwing strikes. That's all you really need to do. We have seen how the walks have come back to hurt both teams tonight, but especially Ball State. Now count 3-1. The pitch on the way, and there's a called strike. When you look at this whole night, we haven't seen a double play yet. You realize that?
We have not.
Not one. And that is very unusual. Ground ball right side, picked up by Hanley. The throw down to second, and they got the force there. Ball was a little bit off the mark, but a nice play by Malazian as he was able to, it's getting late, able to stay on the bag.
That would have been a hard one to turn.
Yeah.
This is a nice pickup right here. I like how, he double clutched.
Davis was a little late getting the bag as well. In fact, he might have been a little bit off the mark. Gavin Ballas will step in. Pitch high and outside.
Snag that one.
And we will have a visit to the mound.
That's a long walk out there, isn't it? Take your time. Calm your kid down.
After a short meeting, boy, almost threw that one away. Indiana 14 runs and 11 hits. 3 runs and 3 hits tonight for the Cardinals. And that's in there for a strike. Davis reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning, lined out in the fourth, and it's now 2-1. And the pitch is low, 3 balls and a strike. There is now a right-hander throwing in the Indiana bullpen. Guess I spoke too soon about the bullpens being quiet, huh?
They're awake now.
There you go. There's a strike. 3-2. And lost him. Second walk of the inning. Runners now at first and second, still just 1 away. John Colligan will now step to the plate.
We just call you lucky. Here it comes. I think the heater's coming.
Yeah, Indiana's going to go to their bullpen, and they will bring in a right-hander. And we will see a new pitcher coming in for the Hoosiers, and we're going to wait a little bit because we say that, and they will make the change. We'll tell you about Indiana's new pitcher coming up here on IndianaSRN.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
We are back here at Victory Field. Do you need something? So the new pitcher will be Jacob Vogel. Vogel this year making his 8th appearance, 7 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Vogel is, in fact, no record this year with an ERA of 2.35. Did you need that?
Yeah, I want to say that. I want to thank our sponsors, Reynolds Farm Equipment, Boilermaker 374, Burtner Electric, Aspen Creek Grill, 2 locations, Morales Group, Wheeler Mission, and IndianaSRN Sports Page.
All right, it'll be Colligan. Ball State trying to keep this one alive and try to get to the last 2 innings. Otherwise, this one will be over. Oh, and that one hit him on the helmet. Bases are loaded. Not a good start there for Vogel. First hit batter of the night.
I mean, that's a high heater right there.
So now bases are loaded, and the first pitch misses. Alex Richter making his 4th plate appearance of the night. First time tonight the Cardinals have had the bases loaded. Check swing, and it did not hit the strike zone, 2-0. Fans that might have thought about leaving are now coming back into the ballpark.
You think so?
I think they're spelling rally here. What time do you leave for Berea? There's a swing and a miss.
My Uber driver will pick me up at noon. We have changed our time.
Leaving earlier?
Later.
Oh, later. 2-1 now. That one's fouled away. We'll go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And this is where Indiana has struggled throughout the year.
Yeah,
is
bullpen.
getting to Yep. But they have used a lot of pitchers tonight.
Breaking ball hit foul. Good cut that time by Richter. Dylan Grego on deck. And that one hit him. That'll force in a run. Back-to-back hit batsman by Vogel. So here's Dylan Grego. 14-4. Base is still loaded. Grego has a hit way back in that first inning. That's been over 3 hours ago. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit foul. Well, as Ernie Banks used to say, let's play two.
Might as well. I'm here.
Well, baseball's not a game to be hurried. It's a thinking man's game. Here's the 0-1. Hit foul. Remember the last time these two teams got together?
Yes.
Ball State was down at one point, 7-2 in the top of the ninth inning. They scored 3 and made everybody nervous.
Yep.
Now they're still down by 10, but you get a base hit here. It's a new ball game. The stretch by Vogel. Fouled away. Look at that beautiful skyline, too.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Vogel gets the sign. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. Good cut there by Grego.
Hanging in there. 1 for 3 tonight.
The 0-2, and it is low for ball one. One away here in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Vogel. And 2 away. Here is Griffiths. Brett Griffiths hitting at 154. And Vogel now just 1 pitch away, and the ground ball second base on to first, and that'll do it. The Indiana Hoosiers pick up a win, though Ball State made it very interesting there at the end.
They very did. Great ball game.
Ball State will fall to 29-12 on the season. Indiana moves to 23-18. And Coach, again, I think the Cardinals are going to find a way to, first off, can't walk people. That's been the key tonight, really the big key. Indiana took advantage of the mistakes on the mound, and then for Indiana, now they go to Iowa. As we said, they'll stay here tonight. They'll be on the road tomorrow, and for Ball State on the road now to Central Michigan.
Yeah, both football clubs. A game that we expected it would be. Both teams played fairly well. Ball State just fell down that 9th spot in that inning, just really in the 5th inning, really set the table for Indiana. Indiana scored 1 in the was 2-1 Ball State, then it was 2-2, and then from there on 3 runs in the 4th, 9 in the 5th, and then 2 runs here for Ball State in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, that's going to do it here from Victory Field as the Indiana Hoosiers get the win. Want to thank, of course, everybody involved in the broadcast here
involved
tonight. Yep, did a great job.
A lot of people that gave us an opportunity to do those things. And again, if you want more information about who we are, it's IndianaSRN. It's coach@IndianaSRN.org.
All right, that'll do it. Final score once again, Indiana beats Ball State 14-4. This has been Indiana Baseball on Indiana SRN.